Gents, welcome to the SilverFish 2025 final. Lovely stuff, let's get cracking with the draw.
I'm down 43. Rigging all day, non-stop. For an hour. 8.
22 on one. That'll be alright. Yeah. Half chance today, they've got a little bit of space. Josh.
27 Warren.
That'll be alright as well. Reedy. How you going? Come on, Reedy. Not a nice amount. 4 on the way.
Hello and welcome to SilverFish 2025. We're at the fantastic Meadowlands Fishery across Lambsdown and Warren, and we've got 44 of the country's finest silverfish anglers battling out for that big prize. You join me on the SilverFish Final for the first hourly update, and over on Warren Pool we've seen a little bit of action early on. Peg 5, Paul Sanderson, he's had a little tench, a couple of other roach and bites, and then opposite him, Chris van der Vliet on 24, he's had a couple of small hybrids and a skimmer, so there's a few fish coming on Warren. Nobody's catching them big stamp skimmers yet, but that I think will build as the day progresses and that sun warms up the water. Over here on Lambsdown, probably leading the way is Graham West over my right hand shoulder. He's on peg 62 on the end. He's catching steady on the tip. He's chucking probably, I don't know, 20, 22 metres, just with a little window, a couple of dead maggots. He's picking off roach, some skimmers, and a right mixture in between, some hybrids. On the far bank, Frankie's catching a few roach on the pole, Lee's catching a few as well, but nobody's really setting it on fire yet. I think it needs to let that feed settle down. Hopefully we'll come back with a few more fish. Good afternoon again, everybody. We're here back at the SilverFish Final for your midday update, and it's a close run thing, to be honest with you. Over my shoulder on Warren Lake, we've got Sean Ashby. He's ticking over some fish on this left-hand side, and then Matt Godfrey on the far side of the lake on peg 22, both catching some skimmers. Not loads, but them small little stocky ones, like 10, 12 ounces, ticking a few of them over. And finally, James Pete right next to me here on the bank by himself on 31. He's had a couple, also getting some carp problems, and I think that theme's probably going to keep occurring as the match moves on. Moving on to Lambsdown. On this far side, on the pump bank, we've got Wakelin, Waco, Adam. He's catching plenty of roach. He's fishing quite long, 40.5 metres. He's had one better skimmer in with them, but he's definitely winning that bank. Over on the far bank, it's Westy. Westy on that MPEG keeps ticking over on the feeder. And then moving into the deeps, we've watched quite a bit of this in the last sort of hour, and Lee Kerry's really coming on strong there, catching lots of roach. I think he's done over 100 roach now, sort of some 2-3 ounces, the odd 5 ounce fish, but in a really good rhythm. Frankie's catching one on there as well. He's a couple of pegs up, and Tyler in between them. The three of them are all catching roach, but Lee definitely the best. So it's going to be interesting to see whether that big weight of roach that's probably coming from this side is going to compete with the skimmers out of Warren, but we'll have to see how it plays out. Righty, so we've got half an hour left of the 2025 SilverFish Final, and to be honest with you, I can't tell where the winner's going to come from. Over on Warren Lake, Sean Ashby continues to scratch out a few of them smaller skimmers. The one chap that's coming up on the rails actually, Steve Reid on peg 4, MPEG on this side. He's started to catch some of them proper skimmers, them pound and a halfers. He's had 7 in the last hour, so he's getting there. He's getting to their mid-teens, which is where we think, you know, it's going to be there or thereabouts, maybe low 20 pounds. Anyway, over on the deeps, Lee Kerry continues to keep catching. He's slowed down a little bit since we last spoke, but he's catching. Frankie Binders as well. They're all getting odd fish now. It's, you know, it's coming on this last sort of half hour. People are catching a few fish. And the final one to mention definitely is Waco on the far bank. His MPEG on 43. He keeps catching a few skimmers. He's had some carp problems. There's been a lot of elastic out, but he keeps putting in like 12 ounces pounders. So he's going to be there or thereabouts. Really can't call it. Let's head over to the ways and see how they do.
Scouseman's eye.
Oh, spotted. Prick one last joke.
21.5.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Photo side, will you love, please? Quite huge.
14 dead.
24 no. Lee Kerry, Frankie Jelly, Waco.
17.11.
First of all, thank you all for fishing. Thank you all for fishing the qualifiers, practice match and the final. All the support's really appreciated and it keeps us going forward. So thanks all you anglers first of all. Obviously, huge thanks to Wayne and Meadowlands. Put us up for the practice match and dealt with a load of faffing of people jumping on and jumping off and all the rest of it. I think he's pegged it well, and I think it's fished pretty decent for the past couple of days. I mean, we're not exactly in a great run of form fishing-wise, are we? But considering, you know, there's not a weight under 13 pound here on the sections, I think that's fished all right. So yeah, thanks to Wayne and Meadowlands. And we'll get cracking with some results. Righty, top 5 with 17 pound 11 ounces, picking up 600 quid and a nice certificate of Warren Peg 28 inch. Hold on, Wayne. In 4th place with 20 pound 3 ounces, picking up 900 quid. It's Frankie Giannicelli. Third place, picking up £12,050. No, £1,250. Similar. Back to a 10. With £21 5 ounces. It's Sean Ashby. It's my first pint, I promise.
Thank you.
Righty, in 2nd place, picking up £2,000 with £21 8 ounces from Lansdowne 43. It's Adam Wakeland. Cheers. And your champion for 2025, weighing £22 3 ounces off Warren 4, is Steven Reid. Hold on, mate. Yeah. Righty, I'm here with new 2025 SilverFish champion, Steven Reid. Well done, mate.
Thank you very much.
How does it feel?
Over the moon.
Yeah.
I didn't dream about it, and obviously when the results were coming in and it looked like it might be close.
Because you were first away, weren't you?
I was the first away, so there was lots of speculation about how the other lake had fished and what have you, so...
a nervy wait.
Yeah, nervy wait. I had my real good friend John sat behind me as well, so big shout out to John.
Yes, looked after you all day, hasn't he?
He's kept me calm because it's not been the greatest day, and it's been...
I saw you drop a fish very early doors.
Yeah, I heard I heard you tell everyone that I dropped a fish and not to... So, yeah, that was a bit of a...
But they've turned up.
Yeah, so basically it's been a bit of a, you know, just sitting and waiting and being patient, really. I fished yesterday, which really helped me, and I drew on that lake yesterday, which
doubly helpful.
Really helped me. I kind of forfeited yesterday, really. I felt like I could have caught more yesterday, but I forfeited it for a proper practice because I haven't been here for ages, if you know what I mean. So
test a few things out.
Yeah, and I was really confident if I drew that lake, and I drew an area that was good yesterday. And I sat down and I caught nothing for 3 hours, James.
Well,
it was. But luckily, you know, like I say, John's kept me head on, and I've just plugged away, and it just kept sort of feeding little and often, you know, bits of casters. And
you've caught them short in the end, haven't you? What, like 6 metres?
Yeah, 6 Daiwa sections, 6 sections basically. Just put 3 little pots of ground bait in at the soft pots of ground bait in at the start.
Sandcastles.
Yeah, and then just left it.
Yeah.
And I've just loose fed like 5 or 6 casters over the top. And with 2 hours to go, I was going nowhere. And then
I'd got you plugged for about £5-6.
Yeah,
maybe.
You're probably right. And then they've just rocked up. The first fish I had was £3, and I've probably had another 10 for £18 sort of thing. So, yeah, it's been.
One of the matches. Sometimes you have to fish them patient matches here. Like it's been a hard winter. We all know it's been rock hard.
Yeah.
It's finally got a bit warmer. I intentionally sort of moved the match back this year a little bit as well to try and get that best part of the day.
And it was the same yesterday as well. You know, so a lot of the people on the lake some caught early and some caught late, and the ones that seem to have the better weights caught late. You know, and obviously Gary Pook was on peg 5 yesterday, and he
Prove
was
that they could come in a little
yeah,
bit to you.
you know, he had a so that was in the back of my mind as well. You know, obviously one peg away. I was the end peg as well, which
Always
kind
nice.
of, you know, I
picked you as one of my favourites, actually.
Did you? Ah,
You and Matt
good.
Godfrey were my two
Yeah.
that I picked at the start.
Well,
We've got evidence.
yeah. So no, it's like I say,
mate.
it's been a long, hard slog this winter, I think, for everybody.
Yeah.
And you know,
And you've been building your way up as well, haven't you? What, third was it? 2 years
yeah,
back?
third at Bradshaw's.
Yes.
So yeah,
Been
it's
chipping away.
yeah,
Got
that'll might have to put that on the mantelpiece for a little
Definitely,
while.
mate.
Well, as long as the wife lets me,
Yeah.
then.
One last question. What are you going to do with £3.5 grand?
I don't know, James.
Come on, you've got to do something
I
nice
don't know.
with it. Surely one thing.
I don't know. Do you know well, I tell you what.
Go on.
We're going on a cruise
Oh, yeah.
in May, so
Brilliant.
I
Few
might
drinks.
spend a little bit on there and might treat the wife to something as well. But
Fantastic, mate.
who
Couldn't
knows?
happen to a nicer
Yeah,
guy.
no, I appreciate
Cheers,
it, James.
Steve.
Thank you very much. Thank
Cheers,
you.
mate.